So Felix says another thing to discuss is about the Traveler is why would none from humanity ever thought about using flying ships to get closer to the Great Machine? So, yeah, I've actually thought about that as well. Did really during the Golden Age or after the collapse, everyone's thinking that this a god means we can't do anything but fulfill his will? Sounds stupid and unbelievable. It's curious for me when the right time comes, will the Traveler speak to us? Um. So, first of all, Wumbo combo. Oh, actually, I should have. You know, it's so I'm such an idiot. I normally comment replies. That's fine. Basically, so for starters, talking about actually, let me just do something real quick while I'm thinking. Give me uno momente. Okay, just gonna. I think we're good. Okay. So, all right. So the thing with the Traveler, when the Traveler first came to think, well, actually, even when the sorry, that's actually wrong. When the Traveler first entered the system, and they detected it, they obviously technology wasn't what it was during the Golden Age, so they just knew that there was something, and it definitely wasn't like a rock because, um, it was able to just move around the way whatever it wanted. It completely defied physics, you know, if it was just an asteroid. And scientists and the governments were pretty chill about it, you know. I mean, they treated it like they would any unidentifiable object. The thing is, you had cults, you had um people creating like religions based on this thing before it even arrived. And I don't 100% understand this. I haven't done too much reading on it, if there even is things to read about, but um from the way that I've been able to interpret it, I do believe that during the Golden Age, this cult surrounding the Traveler was either in charge or they were very influential. And it kind of makes it not funny, but a little bit more ironic. I think Ada mentions, or not Ada, her mother in her journal mentions during the collapse how everyone was looking to the Traveler. Oh, the Traveler will save us, and you know, praying to their god, and the Traveler was just sitting there being quiet while everybody got massacred. So anyway, so about the flying ships to get closer, yeah. So I mean, obviously before the collapse during the Golden Age, the Traveler was just a closed sphere. But my question is, during Destiny 1 and even now, you've got the big gaps. How come nobody's tried to fly into it? Um, I feel like somebody would have tried. I think I don't know. Maybe there's like an energy field. If you look at the shard of the Traveler in the EDZ, there's all kinds of lightning and electricity coming off of it. So it's very much a high powered. You know, as a machine, it's very you know electronic and whatever. So maybe they get zapped if they get too close to it because of all the stuff that's going on inside, or maybe there's like a barrier. I don't really know, but that is definitely a question that I've also had. Um, and after the collapse, everyone's thinking that it's a god. I mean, we can't do anything but fill its wall. That is something after the collapse. That's an opinion. Oh, sorry, T28 Super Heavy Tank. Sup? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just going through the comments of the videos I uploaded yesterday, and I'm answering them. So this opinion, right? So yeah, during the Golden Age, everyone was like, "Oh, it's a god. We have to do whatever for it." And then immediately after the collapse, the city was formed, and people were preached to by the speakers about how the Traveler sacrificed itself for us, and all this, that, and the other. But as time went on, that opinion really changed. You had the Battle of Six Fronts, Twilight Gap. You had all these repeating events and occurrences when the city would be completely on the brink of annihilation, and the Traveler would do absolutely nothing. And the Guardians, right? Guardians don't really care. Okay, Guardians aren't normal people. It does seem like they're hardwired to be adventurous and go after loot and stuff like that. So I think as long as they're able to do their thing, for the most part, most of them won't care, right? But like I think for most of them, their ghost will say, "Oh, go to the city," and they'll be like, "Okay, I'll fight for the traveler." But the normal people, for the normal people, it's a completely different situation because they're stuck in that city. They don't. There are no real outposts. I mean, I guess there's the farm now, but I'm talking about like after the collapse. There was no other refuge, so it's like yeah, these aliens have nearly destroyed our only home twice, and this big white ball hasn't done anything. Like I kind of I'm offended by that. Um, and so especially after the Red War, there is actually a lot of dissent towards the Traveler. There's the opinion now that this thing should take care of itself. It should be on its own. It's mixed. It is mixed. And then finally, what's curious for me when the right time comes, when the Traveler will speak to us. I don't know. I mean, if an entity would speak to us, first of all, it would be the gardener. I don't understand exactly what the relationship is between the gardener and the traveler yet. If the gardener's in the traveler or what. But there's the winnower and then the gardener. So I think the traveler's the machine. But I don't know. I know the winnower. Does winnower really? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, there is a good chance that the winnower will show up, be literally talking to us, and the traveler will be silent. And that's again because of the same reason in this video, because technically, the winnower might be like, "Oh yeah, the gardener is a scumbag," and then the gardener's, "Hey, that's not fair," and then the winnower's like, "Oh, you agreed? You're not going to say anything? Don't influence them." Nope. There's a chance that could happen. Or there's a chance that the gardener's going to be like, okay, well, if you can talk to them, I can talk to them. It's kind of, I don't know. It's up to Bungie, really. Up to Bungle. Bungie. Yeah, sorry, that was a bit of a rant, but it was a good question. So, okay, sorry, I'm just reading the chat now. I see people's job then back in GA. Oh, I can't remember. What is GA? I see back in GA. I'm an idiot. I bet I know this. People's job back then, back in GA. I know it. I can't remember. About present day, perhaps speaker or speakers before ID1 need to speak about the possibility to fly near. Oh, gold. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but like the way I think about it, there's always going to be that. I'm sure there must have always been that one idiot that just had a ship that was like, I'm gonna find out. There must. I feel like there must be some kind of like. There's no point because I feel like. Oh, the dude, the creepy dude in the white costume is telling me I can't do it, and the Vanguard say, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. But who knows? Yeah, maybe. Um, I mean, I definitely do think. I agree with you. I definitely do think though that there would have been a ban. Whether people followed that or not, it doesn't really matter. I do think there would have been a ban. And then T-22 Super Heavy Tank says Guardians are the Hungry Goblins. That's literally it. Yeah. Yep. I remember the Awoken before they came to the reef, or maybe it was right after they came to the reef. They ended up having a guy, right, that died, and then he ended up getting revived as a guardian. So they were all normal, just awoken, and then they had this one dude that was a guardian, and they were like, "What the crap is going on?" And the dude was completely different. Obviously, he didn't remember who he was. They're like, "Hey, Steve, I'm your wife. We talked to each other last night," and he's like, "I don't even know who you are," and he literally was he would like if they said, "Oh yeah, go do this. There's loot or some crap like that." He would go do it, or he would try and do it. And then when he got really bored because there wasn't any loot to go after, he started like jumping off a cliff over and over again, trying to kill himself because he knew he could come back. Yeah, the Guardians are absolutely insane. So is Sagira alive? If the leak is true, and Osiris is not actually Osiris, there's a chance of it. Yes, there is a chance of it. Hello, Tron. Oh, that's a first. I would like a video about the Ahamkara, if you can. Well, it's interesting you should ask that, because I plan on making a pretty big one about them. Oh yeah. And if you want to know a little bit about what I might talk about, it's these dudes here. Huh. I wonder if they're Ahamkara or if they're not. I wonder. Okay, so that is that video. Do we have any comments on? We do. Well, it looks like your theory is the truth. Nice addition to bias videos, but the other stuff on the Glycon. Yeah, so I actually cut this out. I think I mentioned this at the end. Basically, this is like the third iteration of that video. So the first time I made it, the mission had just come out. And I had got the gun. And me and my friend Brad, we were looking at, and you know, I'm really visual when it comes to the lore of Destiny. Like I look at the architecture and the environment and I try and, you know, find links. And I saw like the kind of purple goo stuff that was there with like the flowers or the weird things. And I was like, I've seen that before. And then I copped on and I was like, that's the stuff in the Drifter's ship. So we went to the Drifter's ship and sure enough, that stuff was there as well. And then sure enough, the flowers, those weird flower things were there as well. And then, like, so I made the first video and it was 2 parts, right? The first part was this, it was looking into the dialogue. The second part then was about how those flowers could potentially be. Listen, I've gotten mixed. I've gotten mixed feedback from my friends, but I see this and it's kind of a similar shape. I don't know. It's so random that they would just put that there, you know. So I was wondering, you know, maybe. So I put this in the thumbnail and stuff like that. Well, that video that I made, it was the fastest growing video I've ever had on the channel. And within a few hours, it had 300 views. But also for the first time, it had more dislikes than likes. I was shocked. And the comments were crazy. Was it Afropheniac? I was Afropheniac, some crap like that. I can't remember. Getting diagnosed with all kinds of mental issues. So I had literally just woken up and I was in bed and I looked at all these comments and the dislikes and I was like, oh crap, well that's not good. We gotta get rid of that, boys. So I deleted the video. And my friend Brad was like, no, you want 300 views. Why would you do that? No, the progress. Because like the whole thing about trying to get monetized and stuff like that, like this doesn't matter about the but I know, like you gotta, it's all about credibility, you know. So I made a second video and it was basically the same video, more structured with an apology, but it was cringe. So I unlisted that. So this is the third attempt. It is, but 100% the mission is really good. And yeah, I really like. Is there a chance I'm digging too deep into it? Maybe, but I still think it's very much relevant. Leave a comment on any of my videos and I'll respond to it in a video like this, or talk to me directly in my streams every Saturday.